Our next method to factoring is the guess and check method. In this case, we just guess and check. So start off by writing your two sets of parentheses and write in these two spaces here factors of your a term. So again, this is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So if I refer to your a term or your b term or your c term, that's what I'm referring to. And the variables, if the variables are different in the problem that you have, it does not matter as long as it's in this basic quadratic equation. So factors of your a term, in this case, is 3v and v. Now, it's not always this easy. Sometimes you'll have an a term that is, for example, 6x squared. So factors of 6x squared, it could either be 6x and x, or it could be 3x and 2x, right? Both work. 6x times x is 6x squared, 3x times 2x is 6x squared as well. So if you're doing the guess and check method and for some reason it's just not working out, you're checking your work, and you just can't seem to find those factors, it could be because your a term factors aren't correct. So the next step of this is to figure out what the sign within your parentheses is going to be. The sign within your parentheses is dependent on your c term and your b term. So if your c term is positive, in this case it is, and your b term is positive, it's going to be two positive signs within your parentheses. If your c term is positive and your b term is negative, it's going to be two negative signs within your parentheses. If your c term is positive and your b term is, if your c term is negative and your b term, it doesn't matter what the b term is. If your c term is negative, it's going to be a plus and a minus, or a minus and a plus. Does it matter? Yes, it does. You'll just have to check both scenarios. So if you need to hear that again, just rewind the video. But in this case, our c term is positive, our b term is positive, so there's two positive values. And then we just plug in, we're just going to guess factors of 5, just plug them in, and then we're going to check ourselves. After doing this several times, you'll start to see a pattern that could arise. You'll be more likely to guess correctly. So in this case, let's just plug in a 5 and a 1 and see if we're correct. You do not have to FOIL to check yourself, because we already know from this method, we already know that 3v times v is 3v squared. We already know that 5 times 1 is 5. We know that. We just need to check our b term. So I'm going to do what I call the robot face. You see the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Just follow the lines. So 3v times v is 3v. 5 times v is 5v. Add the two terms together and you get 8v. 8v is not our b term, so we didn't factor correctly. So we've got to go back to the drawing board and try again. So factors of our a term, 3v and v. The sign's going to be positive. We tried 5 and 1, let's try 1 and 5. Using the same robot face, 3v times 5, and I'm going to write this up here. 3v times 5 is 15v. 1 times v is v. Add those two together, you get 16v. This checks out, that's 16v. And this checks out. So these are our factors.